In this video, we will learn about the family tree of Adam, and we'll go all the way down to the birth of Shais. So at the very beginning, we have Adam and Chava, and they had two sons, Kayin and Hevel. And as we learned, Kayin killed his brother Hevel, and as a result, he was given two curses. Number one, that the land wouldn't be as good anymore, and number two, that he would have to wander. And in addition, Hashem placed a sign on him so that people should know that he's not going to be killed and fully punished until the seventh generation is born. Now Kayin had a son named Chanoich, and he built a city and he gave it the name Chanoich, and he did this in order to show that only he has to wander, but his offspring doesn't have to wander. Chanoich had a son named Irad, who had a son named Mechuyael, who had a son named Misushal, and it says that their names indicated that they were terrible sinners and that they would be removed from the world. Irad is al shem she'irdan min ha'olam, Mechuyael is al shem shehumchu min ha'olam, and Misushal is al shem shehutshu min ha'olam. And these are all words that indicate that they would be removed and destroyed from the world because of their averis. Now Misushal had a son named Lemech, and in those days the people fell to a very low level where they would have two wives. One wife was there for them to have kids with, and the other wife was just there for their pleasure. And Lemech as well had two wives. The one that he had for children was named Ada, and they had two sons, Yaval and Yuval. So Yaval was the first nomad, and he's also the first that built houses for Avodah Zarah. And Yuval was the first to play instruments. He played the harp and the flute, and he too did this for Avodah Zarah, and so he used his harp and his flute as a way of serving Avodah Zarah. And Lemech's second wife was named Tzila, and even though she was just there for pleasure, not to have children with, he had children with her as well. He had a son named Tuval Kayin, and the name Tuval Kayin indicates that Tuval, he seasoned the trait of Kayin. Kayin was the first to murder someone, and he seasoned the trait of Kayin by making weapons for murderers. And they also had a daughter named Na'ama, who would later marry Noach. Now that there are 7 generations, we have Kayin, Chanoich, Irad, Mechuyal, Misushal, Lemech, and Tuval Kayin. So it was time for Kayin to get punished. So the story is that Lemech was blind, and he was going together with Tuval Kayin, and Tuval Kayin saw Kayin, and he looked like an animal. So he told Lemech to shoot the arrow at him. And when Lemech realized that it was Kayin, he clapped his hands in distress, and Tuval Kayin was right there, and he was killed then as well. Now this ultimately led to the birth of Shais, because what happened at this point is that the wives of Lemech separated from him. They didn't want to be married to him anymore because he killed 2 people. So Lemech complained to Adam Rishon about this, and Adam told the wives that they should do what they have to do, which is to stay and remain married to their husband. And they responded to Adam, "You're telling us what to do, but you're not doing this yourself." Because Adam separated from Chava after the Chet Eitzadas, because he didn't want to bring kids into the world the way it was after the Chet Eitzadas. And so as a direct result of all of this, Adam reunited with Chava, and Shais was born. And with that, we could end the video, and in the next video, we'll see how we get from Shais all the way down to Noach.